So tonight we are going to go over gods, goddesses, and prayers. I gotta move that. We're not going to go over the gods a lot because that's a simple Google search, and that's one of the main things that everybody kind of already knows. There are two distinct tribes of gods. You have the Aesir and the Vanir. There was a long war between the two tribes, and when they finally settled down, they exchanged hostages to live with the other tribe. Njord and his children Freya and Freyr went to live with the Aesir, and Honir and Mimir went to live with the Vanir. The war is said to have started because Freya, also known as Golvaig, went to Asgard, and the gods were jealous of her satyr magic. They wanted to learn it for themselves, but they pushed their morals aside in doing so. They burned her 3 times, only for her to be reborn from the ashes. The insult was killing a guest in Odin's hall. They blamed her and the Vanir for their troubles and waged war on them. Njord, Freya, and Freyr were happy living in Asgard, but Honir and Mimir, that was another story. Honir was great at giving advice, but only when he had Mimir there to help him explain it. Honir was said to be rather slow. He wasn't able to express what he wanted to say himself, so he kind of had Mimir there as a sounding board to help get his point across. The gods never realized that Honir needed Mimir. They felt that they had been slighted in the exchange because Honir kept telling them, go ask somebody else when Mimir wasn't around. So they beheaded Mimir and sent his head back to Asgard. When Odin found out, he chanted over Mimir's head and embalmed his head in herbs to preserve him. Mimir continued to counsel Odin once his head was preserved. Fight, but they would not engage each other in a war since they were so evenly matched. Instead, they spit into a cauldron and created Casvir, who was the wisest of all beings. So basically, they created vision. That was the only pop culture reference I could bring up. They created vision. The Aesir gods, Balder is the god of innocence and beauty. Bragi, the bard, he was a skald. Forseti, the god of justice. Frigg was the chief goddess. Heimdall, the watchman and guardian. What does he guard?
Bifrost.
The Bifrost. Hemor, he's the messenger for Odin. Hodor, the blind god of darkness and winter. Who kills Hodor? Who tricked? Who does Hodor kill? That's what I wanted to say.
Yeah.
Anyone? Oh, Katie.
I thought Nicole had unmuted herself.
I did, but it's for y'all to answer.
Oh, okay.
Yes, she knows.
Loki tricked Hodor to kill Balder.
Yes. Where was I? Honir, the indecisive god. Ind, the goddess of youth, fertility, and death. What does Ind have that the gods need? Am I asking that correctly? Yeah. What does Ind have that the gods need?
I don't know that one.
Her apples.
Oh, I remember that story.
Is it probably because her name is Idun?
Oh yes, that's okay. I knew that one. I've heard her as Idun.
Idun. I can't.
You're good.
Because aren't her apples like immortality?
Mm-hmm. Where am I? All right. Loki, the trickster and the foster brother of Odin.
Foster brother?
Blood brother.
They had a blood oath
Okay.
Mhm.
thing. You know, like when you're in like middle school and you and your friends prick your fingers with safety pins and mesh them together so that you're sisters. You never do that? Was it just
I didn't
me?
have friends.
Oh, you do now.
Yeah.
Trevor's all like weird girly shit.
You telling me you didn't do that, Trevor? You must
Lame.
not have had friends either.
I don't know what friends are.
See?
Aww.
Shut up, Trevor.
No, but Devin, me and Celeste did that. So we're sisters.
Yeah, well,
You and I are actually sisters, but
I
whatever.
was about to say good luck with that.
Oh, we're starting a family feud.
All right. All right.
Oh, my computer's beeping. Okay. Mimer, the god of knowledge, who in some accounts they consider him an Aesir god. Nanna, the wife of Balder. Odin, the chief god of wisdom and war. Sif, the golden-haired wife of Thor. Thor, the god of thunder and battle. Tyr, the one-handed self-sacrificing god of law and justice. Uller, the hunter, tracker, and archer. Vali, the avenger. Ve, the brother of Odin, who gave man speech. Vidar, the god of silence, stealth, and revenge. And Vali, the brother of Odin, who gave man feeling and thought. On the Vanir side, the Vanir gods are more associated with fertility and I'm going to say this word wrong, prosperity. We've got Freya, the high goddess of the Vanir, who is associated with fertility and sexuality. Freyr, the high god of the Vanir, who is also associated with fertility. Geror, the Jotun wife of Freyr. Golvag, a mysterious figure whose death precipitated the Aesir and Vanir war, at least according to the account in the Voluspa, said to be another name for Freya, since Freya means lady. Heimdall, some sources suggest that the god Sentry himself was a member of the Vanir. Casvir, the wisest of the Vanir, who is given to the Aesir as a pledge of peace at the cessation of their hostilities. Lightyear, a phallic fertility god who is only described in the Flaterjarlarbrock, an Icelandic text.
Flate your bulk.
Good job.
Say that again.
Flate your bulk.
Yeah. Float your book. Close. Njord, the god of wind and sea, the father to Freyr and Freya. Or the little-known husband of Freya, who she continues to search for. And Skadi, the Jotun wife of Njord.
It's Freya's husband. It's Oder, and he's actually sometimes thought to be Odin.
And she is still searching. It's a long time. So that's basically a quick list of the gods and goddesses. We know some people choose to have a patron god or goddess. It's more chosen for them than choosing yourself. While that does happen, it's more a calling to whichever god or goddess picks you, basically. And that kind of helps segue us into the prayer portion. Heathens don't pray in the same sense as Abrahamic religions do. We do not feel that we need the gods to fix our problems for us, but we are able to do that for ourselves. Our prayers are more boasting about the gods and their accomplishments, poems in their honor, singing songs about them. And we make offerings in their honor when we want to focus our efforts. Altars are the best way to honor the gods these days. Your altar doesn't need to be huge. Each person will have a different idea of what their altar should look like. Some people have a general altar. Some have multiple altars to different gods and goddesses. Oh, excuse me. Your altar is a great place to meditate if you can't get outside into the woods. It's a great time to sit and talk to the gods, which is the best way to quote unquote pray. Which gods you work with will determine how you talk to them. In my example, my two patrons are Scotty and Air. With Scotty, it's more of like a friend who you can go to and bullshit with. I never worry about offending her or speaking wrongly. But to me, Air is more of that revered aunt that you have to watch yourself while you talk to. I'm very, I don't want to say upscale when I talk to Air. It's more a revered thank you, but I'm keeping my distance so I don't piss you off type of thing. And that's
like,
different.
Kind of like more reverent.
Yes, reverence. That's a good word. That's a big word. But yeah, exactly.
Word.
Yeah, that's a SAT word right there. And that's just the way that I am. Everybody has different ways that they talk to the gods. They might not care. You can bullshit with everyone. You'll find something that works for you, and if you pay attention, the gods will start talking to you in ways that you wouldn't notice unless you were looking for signs. So that's one of the cool things, that as you get farther into your relationship with each god or goddess, different ways that they'll reach out to you without you really realizing it. There's a poem that's been floating around Facebook. I should have found it. Brandon, hand me that picture right there on the wall with the boat above the wolf. I have it printed out, and I know all of you have heard it. That one, yeah. It's stuck on my wall with duct tape because I am a redneck. And Joe. It says, a man whispered, Odin, speak to me, and a meadowlark sang, but the man did not hear. The man yelled, Thor, speak to me, and thunder rolled across the sky, but the man did not listen. The man looked around and said, Odin, let me see you. And a star shined brightly, but the man did not notice. The man shouted, Odin, show me a miracle. And a life was born, but the man did not know. So the man cried out in despair, touch me, Odin, and let me know you are here. Whereupon Odin reached down and touched the man, but the man brushed the butterfly away and walked on. And I love that one. I love that one. It's kind of to remind you to look around in your day-to-day life and not discount the things that are going on as just natural day occurrences. Oh, I like that one.
That's cool. I like that. I'd never heard it before. That's awesome.
It's floating around. It makes its rounds every couple weeks on all the different ones. I have it saved to my phone, so I'll post it in the fundamentals group for you.
Okay.
Nicole, did you have anything to add?
Nope.
Did anyone have any questions?
It's
kind of a
you were
short and
going
simple
through some of the gods' names. Was that all of the gods, or was that just a touching of them?
That's the main ones. If we have about an hour to talk through.
Okay.
Those are the well-known ones that, and then you'll have some who are half god. Trevor, are you smoking in the house?
Mm-hmm.
You'll have some that are half gods, half giants. We didn't get into any of those.
Which one does Frigg fall under? The Vanir or the Aesir?
Aesir.
Let me go down. There's there's some speculation
Mhm.
that, and I don't know how to
Because something she Freya.
there's some speculation that Frigg and Freya are the same person.
Mhm.
I've never recognized them as the same person. It's mostly because they hold a lot of the same attributes, but you'll find people who I don't want to say they're stuck on the fact, but you'll find some people who are dead set that Freya and Frigg are the same person.
Yeah.
But okay, I don't understand a whole lot just yet. I'm still learning. But if Frigg is not all knowing, is that right? Or that she knows everyone's fates, but she doesn't speak, right? She's pretty quiet.
Mhm.
Okay, but Freya in many tales actually speaks.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
So like definitely speaks and lets her opinion known. But so I personally I don't think I see them as two separate people or I mean as the same person.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Yeah, and I really don't know where that came about other than they share a lot of the same attributes.
Well, it comes from the fact that the word Freya means lady. It's not an actual name, it's a title. And it also has to do with the fact that Freya and Odin are believed to be together because she does teach him Satyr. He's the one god that she mainly teaches that to. And they're usually together in a lot of the tales. And it's also supposed to show, some believe that it's supposed to be like two aspects to her personality, because when she went over to the Asir side, she was adopted to them. And sometimes people consider her Asir because she left the Veneer and she doesn't really go back. But she does kind of have her own way of going about doing things. And because she practices Satyr, which is known for working with the Norns, it would coincide with Frigg knowing everything and weaving the tapestry as well, because that would be working with the Norns as well.
Huh. And since Freya's husband that she's searching for, is
Odor,
very
which is
similar.
also known as Odin.
Yeah. I don't know. That one's tricky.
Mm-hmm. I have a good article that I can send you about it if you want to read more.
Yeah, please do. I'm always interested.
Let me see.
Anything to do with Frigg, Katie and I are pretty intent on learning.
Yes.
Let me find it.
All right, I just posted tonight's notes.
Yay! Look, I got a journal.
Yay!
It's boring looking, but I've got
It
my
doesn't need to be pretty. Oh wow!
Let me come up. Then I got charges on the other one.
That's awesome.
I'm still writing last week's notes. This week has been so busy.
I'm glad things are finally starting to slow down.
Mine are just picking up at work.
Okay, I'm going to post in the chat a link, and that will take you to the article. And if you, it's about Freya, but if you scroll down, there's a part in there about Freya and Frigg and why people think they're the same.
Okay.
Maybe it's in this one. Yeah. And I just sent in the chat. I just put the picture that I read.
Okay. For the homework, first I wanted to ask, was last week's homework too difficult? Because I noticed nobody turned it in.
I was really busy and I didn't know. I wasn't too clear on when the due date was personally. But
Okay.
I am writing it over Muspelheim. So
Okay.
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. Don't say sorry.
I'm not allowed to say sorry.
This week's homework, what I want everyone to do is I want everyone to find 2 lesser known gods that you've actually never really heard about or known about. I want you to stay away from gods that you know about. I want you to find 2 that are unfamiliar to you. And I want you to write down 5 things that you didn't know about each of them.
Okay. Hang on, I'm gonna write that on the homework.
Okay.
Once pull it back up.
You said 2, right, Nicole?
Yes, 2 lesser known gods you've never heard of or don't know anything about.
Okie dokie.
Hey, Devin, you want to work on that together?
Oh, shizzle, you know my nizzle.
All of us just know.
I mean, I got asked if I had a penis today, so I gotta do something about it.
By who?
Don't worry about it. I'll tell you later.
Oh, okay. I gotta tell you something too. Why we left beefcakes early.
Yeah, we'll take care of that.
That
outside.
sounds like a place you would go to that would have like hunky guys serving you food.
I kind of want to go.
His name is Beefcake, and he owns what we call Recycled Gaming, which is like an old school gaming shop. And they let you have like
Oh.
D&D groups and stuff there. It's awesome.
They do magic all the time.
Oh
They're-
my god,
Ah.
That
so
kind of
much
place. Anyway,
But Beefcake is awesome, and he is a big burly beefcake.
what were the gods' names? There was Hodor, Heimdall,
I have a
other-
list of every god if y'all want it.
yes.
Okay, I'll go post that now.
Honestly,
So D, how about we do like you do 2 gods that neither one of us know about, and I do 2 other ones that neither one of us know about, and then we'll have 4 total, 4 different ones.
double the learning. I love it.
Well, that way we don't copy each other.
Well, and then we also both get to learn about 4, which is awesome.
Okay.
Pick 2 lesser gods or goddesses that you have either never heard of or don't know much about, and write 5 facts on them.
5 things you didn't know.
Things you didn't know.
All right. Under tonight's notes, I put a list of all the Norse gods and goddesses for you to look at. It'll tell you what they're the god or goddess of, and you can pick which one you would like.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Here we go. I got that edited. Yay. Okay. All right, so did anyone have any questions, comments, concerns?
No, I asked my question.